In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the data consolidation tool and explain the difference between a static data consolidation and a dynamic data consolidation. I'm currently on the Data tab, and this is the Consolidate button. We use the data consolidation tool to summarize data from two or more sheets onto a summary sheet. So we can sum, we can average, we can min, max, count, and much more by using this data consolidation tool. It's important to understand the difference between a static data consolidation and a dynamic data consolidation. The static data consolidation does not link to the source data, so you would only use a static consolidation if the source data was final with no plans to update it. Performing a dynamic consolidation is a lot more powerful than a static consolidation because the summarized data is dynamic and it will update if the source data is updated. In addition to that, the dynamic consolidations can also be performed by category, so even if the labels are not in the same order, the consolidation can still be performed. I will demonstrate how to perform a static consolidation. Before we get started, I want to take a look at the 2013 sheet and just kind of point out that A1 through F10 has the same layout that you would see here on the 2014 sheet. So A1 to F10. Basically, A6 through A10 have the same labels here as what you see on this sheet, and we have the same quarterly labels up here as we do on this sheet right here. So basically what we want to do is we want to add the data that is listed from B6 to E9 from the 2013 sheet and from B6 to E9 on the 2014 sheet. And we want the result of that data to be displayed here in cells B6 to E9. Before I begin the data consolidation, I can select the range that I want the data to be consolidated, or I can simply select the beginning cell that the consolidated data needs to appear. So I'm just going to go ahead and select B6. I'm going to go up to Consolidate. In this area, you'll see that I have the sum function selected. I'm going to click in the reference spot right here, and then I simply select the 2013 sheet tab and select the range that I want to add. And you'll notice that I'm not selecting the totals here or here. I'm simply selecting B6 through E9, and then I select Add. I'm going to go ahead and go to the 2014 sheet, and you'll notice that the range is selected already on this sheet, and all I need to do is click Add. So right here in the references, it says 2013 and 2014, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And here we are on the static consolidation sheet, and you can see that this range has summed the information from 2013 and 2014. Just to go ahead and show you that this worked, I could type equal, click 2013, select the first quarter for Sacramento, plus go to 2014, select the first quarter for Sacramento, press enter, and you can see that this information here is the same as this information here. Now take a look at the cell though. Look up in the formula bar. There is not a formula listed here, so this did not create a link to these worksheets. So this information here would update if I were to change anything on these sheets, whereas this cell would not update because it's a static consolidation. And that's how you use the static consolidation tool. In this example, I will perform a dynamic data consolidation using the 2015 and the 2016 sheets to have that data summarized on this sheet. Now remember that a dynamic consolidation will link to the data source. So if I ever decide to update the information on the 2015, 2016 sheets, the summary sheet would also update. So let's take a look here. I have the 2015 worksheet here that has A1 through F10, And on my 2016 sheet, I have A1 through F10 filled in. As you can see, I have the same labels here. I have the same labels here on both of these sheets. So again, you can select your range that you want the data to be consolidated before you begin, or you can just select the first cell in the range that you want the data to be consolidated. So I've selected B6. I'm going to go up to Data, and I'm going to select Consolidate. In this section here, I need to make sure Sum is selected. I'm going to click in the reference section here, click on Sheet 2015, select the range that I want to consolidate, click Add, select the 2016 worksheet. You'll notice the same range is selected. I'm going to go ahead and click Add. And then I want to draw your attention to this area right here where it says Create Links to Source Data. And now by selecting this, I have created a link back to these two sheets. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And what you see here is the sum of the data that was on the 2015 and the 2016 sheet. Now the other interesting thing is that as soon as we created this dynamic consolidation, you'll notice that an outline was generated over here. And so if I click on the number 2 up here in the outline, it expands the outline and it shows me the numbers that were used in this consolidation. So for example, for Sacramento first quarter, I'm going to go to the 2015 and it says Sacramento first quarter 2,250, and for 2016 3,500. So here in the consolidation, those are the two numbers being used, and it is showing the result here in this cell, which if you look up in the formula bar, it's actually showing the sum of this information here. Now I can go ahead and collapse this down so that it simply shows the result here. In this example, I will perform a dynamic data consolidation by category using the data in the 2017 sheet and the data in the 2018 sheet. Now this one is really cool because the source data that I'm using is not positioned in the same order on the source sheets. So if you'll notice here on the 2017 sheet, these labels are not in the same order as these labels here. But Excel can look at the data using the labels and perform the consolidation and do the summary for us on this sheet. You'll notice that I purposely removed the labels here because I'm going to use the top row when I do my data consolidation to bring the labels in as well as the summarized data. So again, I can select the range where I want the data to appear in my worksheet, or I can simply select the very first cell that I want to have my data brought in. So I'm going to click in cell B5. I'll go up to Consolidate. And here in the reference section, I'm going to go ahead and click the 2017 sheet. And I'm going to select from B5 over to E9, Add. And then I'm going to go to the 2018 sheet, and you'll notice the same range is selected. Add. I need to use the top row. I need to create links back to the original source, and then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And again, you'll notice that I have my outline here showing the source data. So let's look specifically at the CACI for you for the Sacramento location. The numbers being used here, 8,150, 3,600. So I'm going to go to the 2017 sheet, CACI for you, 8,150. The 2018 sheet, CACI for you, 3,600. And again, those are the numbers that are being used. And right here, we have the formula showing the calculation. So as you can see, it's a pretty powerful tool. I could also have had my cities in a different order as well. And if my cities were in a different order, I would have needed to just expand my range like this. And when you're inside of the dynamic consolidation, you would simply select left column as well. So it would look for the information in the left column, look for the information in the top row, and it would consolidate the data based on the category. So that's it. Thank you for watching.